Hello and welcome to Variety. I'm Terry, and today we're discussing American Horror Story cults. First and foremost, we have to address what the hell is up with all these bees. Hey Oreo. Now, to think about bees, we have to think about the hive, and I know a lot of talk has been going on about the hive mentality, and that we might get some kind of like brainwashing action going on. Personally, I think this is an awesome idea, and I would totally be down to see a brainwashing type of scenario where people are literally being subjected to others people's like morals and ideals. But what we're talking about here is the hive in reference to bees. Now, if we're thinking beehives, we gotta think honeycombs, and of course honeycombs, I know there's a lot of talk going on there too, and it's a six-sided shape. Now we have to talk about the symbolism there for the number 6. Now just with some quick internet research in the old Google, now 6 is usually associated with the goddess Venus. The number 6 represents communication, balance, and union. So again, we're getting in that hive mentality of being joined together. There's also symbolism there for the hive as in a collective support system and community. And again, that all refers to being joined together as one and having the same goal and objective. Of course, the worker bees, they all work in unison. And then there's the queen. Now usually, there's cornbread. So many cats in my video now. So usually the queen is elected by the worker bees, so maybe we'll possibly even see a reference there to where we see this cult electing a certain person to represent them or even represent the other party. See where, yeah, that's a whole nother story. Now they usually especially take care of her until she's mature and takes over the hive and then delegates the orders, and they all work in unison and have very much organizational skills. Now we can totally think about this in regards to cult, because if we're going to have a leader, there's going to be followers. And usually when there's followers behind that leader, they will do anything and everything for their objective. You can totally have so many references with the political system, but I'm not going to go there because Ryan Murphy is. And one other thing we have to think about when thinking about bees is the honey. And honey has always been a part of human history for centuries. I mean, we can track back to the Egyptians, and pretty much every continent has some type of symbolism for it, and it's usually a positive kind of wealth. It represents status. In that sense, it also represents like sweetness and nourishment and wealth. And my common factor here is the wealth. And of course we can probably reference this when we do a cult in the show. We get to see about the cult, that there's going to be conflicting forces, whether it be another cult, political systems, even just the mainstream media for all we know. But there's going to be that conflicting status. And I really think that there's so much symbolism Ryan Murphy is trying to give us through these teasers, especially with the bees. And not just for the hive mentality. I'm thinking that he's really honing in on community and faith. Because on both sides of the spectrum, there's going to be faith. Because when you choose to follow behind a leader, you're putting yourself in that position to where you're going to take it all on because you believe. Belief is a big force in this world. Faith is a big force in this world. And I'm not just talking religious-wise. So with that, my little measly Google search, that is what I have for you for symbolism and representation of the bees. And thanks for watching.